Hello guys, my name is Nuktavada, and in this one we are playing Doki Literature Club yet again, and I believe we are on part 5. I uploaded a video, part 4, some time ago, a couple days ago, and I saw that the views are doing pretty good on it, and yeah, um, the series is still being asked for by some of my friends and some of the viewers, so I want to go ahead and check it out. But before I actually check it out, I want to see if there's anything here. Because we saw the game glitch out. I don't know if there's... Alright, let's see if there's... Oh, the music's actually going to keep playing. Oh, all the poems are here too. You can actually check them out. Okay, and these are all like game art and everything. Backgrounds, sketches. Okay, it's very cool. I just want to see if there's any like little Easter eggs or something maybe. Promotional. Okay, we haven't unlocked that yet. Mail. New mail. Okay. What about the files? Let's see if there's anything in files. Characters. Monica. Unknown file type. Okay. Poem words. I don't know what this means exactly. Okay, I can't open that. There's nothing in there. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Okay, I'm just gonna check the little things here and there. Okay, I don't know how to turn off the... Okay, I don't know what this is. If anybody knows what that is. It seems like there's people talking to us on this computer. As if we're supposed to get some of these, Okay, I seriously do not know how to get rid of the music. Can I just turn it off? Can I just... Please? Okay, thank you so much. Alright. So I'm gonna check that out. Because I think a huge part of the game is the interface itself, that little computer thing. Okay, so as you guys can see, it is still glitching out. See unseen text, see skip after choices. Okay. So I think that's Sayori. Sayori's gone. She's dead. She killed herself. There's no other way around it. She killed herself. Start a new game. Who's talking? The game, like the music itself is also like... I don't know if it's glitching or if that's just my console or what. I see an annoying girl towards me. This is the beginning of the game. That girl is gone. Oh, because she's gone. The game is not recognizing her. That file was out. You know that kind of friend you'd see yourself, but just... We still walk. Okay, I'm gonna skip this because we've already read about it, but I'm gonna just read off a little bit to see if there's any new like information. No, her name is just gone. Whoa. Okay, this is different. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. The game just completely chooses to ignore Sayori now. Yuri changed it. I saw Yuri's picture right that she changed it. So now we're alone. So Sayori never existed. Sayori does not exist no more. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting on by while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always anime clubs, but it's not like any girls in it anyways. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs? There's really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them will probably be too demanding for me or too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no chance but to start with an anime club. Who's talking? Who's talking? There's no one in here. Nuke Nevada. You guys saw that, right? She glitched in like. Who is controlling all this? Either Yuri or Monica. It has to be one of those two. Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect you to see you here. How do we... No, okay, so... No, I'm not gonna... It's been a while, right? Yeah, so we do know actually Monica. The character does know Monica because he said that he had a crush on her in previous classes but never really talked to her. The club was basically like an entryway to start talking to her. So that's understandable. Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We really talked. We were in the same class last year. That's true. That is true. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Well, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Did you know if any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club. Oh. She's in speech and debate? About that, I actually quit the debate club. Really, you quit? Yeah, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing around the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd rather much take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. So the game is having a hard time processing that Sayori is not here, but it's still like trying to like run along with it. Literature, that sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there's only 3 of us. Should have been 5. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that, but it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature club can be anything: reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members keeps her manga collection in a club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She's always insists that manga's literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? The character is starting to catch on to something. Hey, Nuke Nevada, by any chance are you still looking for a club to join? No, stop. Alright, guys, it was pretty fun. No, I'm just playing. I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I don't think I want to do this. No, thank you. I don't want to do no favor. I don't want to do no favor. Monica, please, just, I don't want to do no favor. The game is glitchy now. It's kind of unnerving. I won't ask you to join, but you have to join, Nuke Nevada. If you could very least visit my club, it would make me very happy. Please. Has loaded 38 snub nose behind her back. Please. Nuke Nevada, please check out my club. Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? You could just say no. You can just say no. You can say no, hit the gym, play video games, watch anime, talk to another girl that's outside your school, you know, in case it doesn't work out, it's not awkward. You can do anything else. You can take an interest into cars, you know, maybe buy yourself a nice car, maybe like an E36 or a Lexus or a Scion TC, you know, or maybe nice little working man's truck, you know, like an old Silverado, like pre-2000 Silverado, nice F-150 steel body. Very nice cars. All right, so you know, you could just say no. Like I said, you can just say no, just walk away, you know. Right? We're gonna say yes. I guess we're gonna have to say yes, or the game's forcing me to say yes. I guess I could check it out. Awesome. You're really sweet, Nuke Nevada. You know that, right? Why is Monica talking to us like suddenly, like just making like small talk, trying to like coerce us and stuff? It's nothing really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. So you're just going to disregard the materials? That last 3 words right there really does scare me. You're more important. Like, I'm a huge puzzle piece in all of this. And thus, today marks the day I sold my... Listen, man, you can sell your soul to, like, music industries, to Hollywood, even to the devil, but I don't know how you sell your soul to somebody, man. That's... And the music stops. I dejectedly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. What the It just like had like a noir filter, like it just color switched. The palette of the screen just switched. A guest? Where are the names? We know these people. We know them. We both know them. I worked on that girl in the middle on her cupcakes, and the other girl has very like sad poems, and then that's a club president. We know these girls. We know them. Now that it's just like they're background characters. They're like supporting actors. They're just people you would just kill off in a slash and forget about it. There's no names for them. No name of importance. I guess this really is a new game then, huh? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't mean me, Natsuki. Oh, okay. But welcome to the club, Nuke Nevada. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. No comment. So let me guess. Okay, she just told us her name, so her name should appear there. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl to Sour too, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. You don't recognize her? Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual, and this is Yuri, the vice president. Okay, now there's their names. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears completely more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Nuke Nevada in a classroom and has decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that. I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Nuke Nevada? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri rocks to the corner of the room and opens a closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Bring back Sayori, Monica. Go ahead, bring back Sayori. Come on, Monica. Bring back Sayori. Or Yuri, either one of you two. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You will have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really glow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a test fine for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Nuke Nevada, what kind of things do you like to read? Very good question. I like to read comic books. I like to read The Warriors, written by Sol Yurick. I like to read The Outsiders. That one's pretty good. I want to read Fahrenheit 451, the Metro series. I also want to read The Art of War by Sun Tzu. You know, things like that. You know, very interesting things. You know, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I never read manga, probably never will. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly pricks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's head smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri changes the rim of the teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. It kind of sounds like this game. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. It sounds like a game that I might have played or am playing. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she herself finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things, especially dead clubmates and dead girls. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me well. It really sounds like it's this game. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grabbed something that I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well have a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Is that so? Quick question. I don't know if you guys hear that, but like, the music itself is like staticking, like a false connection. I know it's not my headset because this headset works perfectly fine. I bought it like a month ago. I don't know if this is like the only clue that the game is giving us, letting us know that the game is continuing after what had happened with Sayori. It's kind of bugging me out, the music, the way it sounds. If a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way that you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting and looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud, and give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems. I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers? I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all stood in silence for a moment. I got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we can all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Nuke Nevada? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now we've reached the most important topic. I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the whole entire time. Where is Sayori? Say that. Say it. Literally say it. I want to see what happens. I never said... Aw, damn, man. What a letdown. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three... They're gonna kill you, man. They are literally going to hang you. You are going to be publicly executed. They're going to put you on the back of an F-150 and drag your body across the Sonoran Desert. But, I'm sorry, I thought... The girls exchange glasses before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need you to tell you the truth, Newton Vada. This isn't a new game. The game just won't accept that Sayori's dead. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. So it was a club beforehand when Sayori was in it, or do you still need like somebody else besides me? We need 4. Really? And I've been trying really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is a price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right? Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes lighten up. So, my question now is... Never mind. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Nuke Nevada? Oh, Nuke Nevada, you don't have to. Oh, Nuke Nevada. Oh, that's such a sweetheart. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Very nice reply, Natsuki. One small problem. I am inside your home. Nuke Nevada, I'm so happy. We can all become in an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time. Wait, yo, what you mean by that? You said everything? Monica, why don't you define everything? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone, I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Nevada, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? Monica is now the center of attention. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room. The music's getting more and more messed up. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. It's the same as the last game, as the last beginning. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. So are we going to do the same thing as we did up until the point where... That kind of scared me. So are we going to be doing the same thing, like the same course of events and actions as up until the point where Sayori died? Would I like to read it? Yes, I would. I don't know if I should write this down. I think I'm gonna write this down, guys. I'm gonna write this down. I feel like there's some sort of code in here. I don't know why. Oh, I just wrote it down and I know what it means. Okay, special poem says, nothing is real, question mark. Nothing is real. This game is not real then. No course of action or choices is real. It is all very interesting. Okay. It's only Yuri and Natsuki there. Where's Monica? Monica isn't there? Okay. Should we... What does history mean? How can I... History. Okay, I don't know what that means. Alright, so let's go ahead and we will pick peaceful. We will pick Infinite. We will pick Fluffy. We will pick Cage. We will pick that one. We will pick Adventure. We will pick Frightening. We will pick Journey. We will pick Uncontrollable. Hey, bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you. That goddamn beat slaps, man. I'm sipping iced tea, green iced tea. I'm sipping on Fiji, bumping vaporwave, cause I'm trying to forget all today. Laying in the sunken mattress, Googled how to decay, puffing on blunt, life empty, full ashtray. I'm giving tips to the college boy valet. He told me today that I made his day. Fake happiness, and I tell him set the bank. Casino lights glimmer, they glitter, reflections of gamble. Sit of that sin, jerking heavy, should be sipping a couple of thinner. Mixing the brew and now I'm mixing the bud. It got me the numb. I'm sorry guys for the lyrics. I wrote that today for a very dark and disturbing kind of instrumental that I made. Don't know if I'm gonna sell it or use it for a video, but either one. I'm still gonna sample this beat. I don't care, man. Death. We will put Wonderful. We will pick Tenacious. We will put Agonizing. We will put Kawaii. We will put Eternity. We will put Contamination. SCP Contamination. Containment Breach. I forgot what the fuck it was. We'll put Swimsuit. We will put Extraordinary. We will put Captive. Oh, I think everywhere we pick, one of the characters jumps up, meaning which side we will land on. Nuktenvada, glad to see you didn't run away on us. No, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at my literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for You guys saw that, right? Thanks for keeping your promise, Nevada. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making your dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Whoa, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if your plan is to come in here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. I can't even read that. She's like literally in front of the panel. I think she broke a barrier. Now she's not even like talking to us as a video game character. She's literally talking to us like viewer to viewer, if that makes sense. Okay, manga is literature. Natsuki plops in her seat. I'm sorry, Newton-Vada. We will make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. The music is like switching tempo. It's like sort of speeding up and then it slows down and it gets all detuned. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'll be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started something you might like. Yuri reaches into a bag and pulls out a book. What kind of book is it? I'm actually interested. Let me see. I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. I think the music is speeding up. This is how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri. Thank you, I'll definitely read it. If I pause, it's because I hear like a change in the music. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled... Did the camera have an angle to it? The camera had an angle to it. It was like the kind of angle that you use for like dream sequences or like melancholic shots. Oh man, I forgot what it's called. I'm in film school and I forgot the name of it, man. Damn. But it's usually used to like describe some like different world or like dream, like kind of thing, like psychological horror shots. It's damn it, man. But that doesn't mean to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of the book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap, I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably would have noticed. I would not have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. This music also sounds different. It did not have strings in the background. It did not have strings in the background. Not for any particular reason at all. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Oh, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri didn't tell me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. Just like this game, man. I'm very interested in this game now. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is a portrait of Markov. Again, I've seen this again, man. Twice. What is this about? It's about Portrait of Markov is I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry. I believe it's something about human experimentation. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. It's about a religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, and the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines and lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? I am, actually. Realistically speaking, apart from the game, I'm very much into horror. I like horror itself. I like psychological horror. I like body horror. I like paranormal. I like slashers. I like giallo. Man, I like a whole bunch of horror, man. Maybe I'll make a video on horror movies that I recommend and why. And no, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind of challenge to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly, I'm sorry, don't apologize, I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books or writing fuel my thoughts, my whole body gets incredibly what? So sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes. Whoa. Okay, that kind of freaked me out, guys. That kind of freaked me out. I mean, you don't have to, but what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had to put in my bag. From this point on, I know things are gonna get weird. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Okay, so this is the part of the game where, remember, we get like a close-up of her, and we're like reading next to her? I want to see how it looks like. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel a presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eyes. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just bathing in the feeling of your body heat. Yuri, you really apologize, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry, I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page here. Okay, I thought there was going to be some creepy thing. This was the shot that I was talking about. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're holding it even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready to turn the page? Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. Yeah, I think... Okay. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to the side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. That's kind of scary, man. I don't relate to this character at all. Why would you suggest that I would put you in my own little cage downstairs in the basement and have my way with you? And cut off everybody, family, close friends, and any familiar people around you and have you all to myself? I wouldn't do nothing like that. Definitely not. Really. I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all. Oh, never mind. That's what you were talking about. Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. Something else. Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. She's already read the whole book. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. She has a crazy look, bro. Kinda scary. I just need some water. I just need some water. Agua. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? She didn't do that in the first game. Nevada, did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess, so you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no. Not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. Nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does it sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it into my bag. Who should I throw my poem to first? Should we go Monica? Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she... Okay, I don't care about that. Hi, Nevada. Having a good time so far? Not really, man. I'm not. I'm really not. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be all afraid to break things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Nevada. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I heard hand Monica my poem. Great job, Nevada. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad... What do you mean? That means that literally sounds bad. It sounds terrifying. Now she sounds psychotic. You know what? I don't think the character should be hanging out with her, man. But sometimes I get the impression that she's totally given up on people. I like the fact that she said, it's nothing bad. She just thinks everyone around her is a disappointment. You know, she spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting pace for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I think she's a femme fatale. I think she's being used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. What the hell? Suddenly the door opens. Yuri, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Okay. I'm gonna start paying attention more to the things now after I read that special poem. Hole in the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. Okay, they're in a room. They're in the room. Someone's in the room. They're looking all at their surroundings. They're looking at the walls, the roof, and everything. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there any others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling and playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right here. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So what do you think? It's very freeform if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm really not the right person to ask for feedback. I believe they're in a hospital. They're in a hospital, or they're in a mental asylum, or some sort of institutional facility. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gone pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed aloud, it can be very powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you can say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I'm very cute and mentally unstable. I'm kind of nervous to talk about these stuff like that, but it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Okay, I'm gonna really pay attention to this one. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I thought she was gonna give us like some creepy clue. Show it to Natsuki. Well, it's about what I expected for someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotion. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyways, I guess I need to show you mine. Now that you'll like it. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. I like it. It's very simple, very nice poem, very, innocent poem. Reminds me of like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Oh. Sounds like social media. So I understand, but the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight onto the wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme fret at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be pro. I'm glad you learned something. Don't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Very nice, man. W. Very based. Who should I show my poem to next? As you read the poem, I noticed her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Phenomenal. This is outstanding. Bravo. Bravo, Nuke Nevada. You've really outdone yourself. This is some complimentary fine craftsmanship, may I add. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Dargan, the divorce. Where did Yuri go wrong? As these things fill up her mind, she now notices I am back in the classroom. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? I write short stories for movie ideas. Sometimes I write screenplays. I like to write verses to my instrumentals. Sometimes if I'm making a commentary video, I'll write that down. I guess that's it, Sometimes I'll write, like pages on topics that I like, That's about it. Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. No, I actually have not written poetry at all. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant. Yuri shows off, unable to find an excuse. Where did I go wrong? What will Nevada think about me? All these questions and answers will be resolved in the next chapter. She traces her finger along the words in the poems as if it's breaking it down even more thoroughly. Yeah, okay, this is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter and they fit the two together. The end result is both the style and expressiveness are weakened. When Siri finds her chair thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that can go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing herself to me or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity. I like the fact that she looks all cute, innocent, like, a very nice, sweet girl, right? Very cool, right? But then her poem is probably going to be like the different massacres and like the judgment day about Jesus Christ, basing you on your sins and actions, and then just the 7 layers of hell of Dante's Inferno, something like that. Maybe about the man living inside the walls, which is kind of so funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calms breathing, air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Why does it sound like she's looking at a hospital light? Like an incandescent light bulb, like up in the roof. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. I also like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really the script. It very is. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Nevada. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Nevada. Me too. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way poems can stand up to theirs. The music's getting messed up. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika's writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As if they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's wrong with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. You're just cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you had to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Nuke Nevada did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. Very nice opinion. Very nice opinion. One small problem. No. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Damn. Which I haven't yet. And Nuke Nevada liked my poem too. He even told me he was impressed by it, Natsuki. He even told me he would marry me, Natsuki. He even told me that he likes my hairstyle more than you, Natsuki. Her face. Her face, bro. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new members, Yuri. That's not what... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Nuke Nevada appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I hope you burn in a pit of hell. No, I'm just playing. I wasn't the one who... As soon as Nuke Nevada started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking. You wanna... She didn't say that in the first game. The music's all messed up. The screen's getting all grainy. I haven't even advanced at all. Why does it sound like Pac-Man noises? Why is Natsuki the only one in frame? It's literally just Pac-Man noises. Edgy. Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know? If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing us with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute. The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Well, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh my bad, you already do, don't you? What? Okay, I'm gonna make another clip right here because I can only record so much. Okay guys, we're back. Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Nuke Nevada hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turned towards me as if she noticed I was standing here. Nuke Nevada, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I get... Whoa, 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 whoa. Who do I go with? Oh my god, man. I wish I had time to pause that. I don't know who to pick. I genuinely don't know who to pick. I don't know whether to believe Yuri or to believe Natsuki. Does it even make a difference of whoever I pick? Should we go with Yuri or Natsuki? If I pick somebody, is the next room gonna be them dead or something, or what? Man, I generally don't know who to pick. Alright, you know what? Let's just pick. Let's pick Yuri, right? Let's pick Yuri. I think we should pick Yuri or Natsuki. Let's pick Yuri. Whoa. Whoa. Natsuki? Oh my god. Um, what the? Monica's in on this. Monica is in on this. Monica is pulling the strings. I know this now. Monica is pulling the strings. There's text behind Monica's face and I can't read it. Monica's pulling the strings. Monica was the one who killed everyone. Monica is literally the club president. She's the one running this. I can't even move my controller no more. I literally cannot do any. I'm pressing squares and everything. What do I have to do? Hey, Nukes Nevada. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? This isn't even part of the. This is not even a game. This is outside. She is now talking to me as a person. As I'm talking to you guys, this is how she was talking to me now. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once we're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was be a little bit more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend some time with you instead. Monica wants us all to herself. Monica wants us all to herself. That's what it is. That's what it is. I believe so. I think that's what it is. Monica just wants us to be with her. Probably, I'm guessing. I'm not too sure. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She's crying. She is actually genuinely crying. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. Where's Yuri? I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. She's kind of having like some sort of like manic episode. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki or did. Duke Nevada, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting's over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me to be around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Nuke Nevada. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate... Okay. Oh, I didn't notice that. Every time you pick one of the words, it actually, makes the character jump up. Look, let's take, for example, look. So look at, Yuri. Okay. Let's do... Okay, let's do... Whoa, should I pick that? Whoa. Oh my god. Alright guys, well I'm gonna go ahead and end it off right here. This game is... Uh-oh. This game is getting very good. So, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate all the feedback you guys give me. I hope you guys have a good night. I'll see you guys in the next one.